Greetings. This is my son Goddess 777. Greetings. This is my son Goddess 777. I was just scrolling on YouTube, and I saw a message, and I started listening to it. It was a message from. It was actually from a message. It says that I'm subscribed to it. Purpose driven men, and I'm telling you, the message resonated with me. It was confirmation and everything. It was talking about how when you start focusing on yourself, this was the title. When you start focusing on yourself, people get big mad. Let's go listen to it. It's from Purpose Driven Men. But honey, it was for this woman today. And the things that he was saying, he's a young man. I think he's like in his 20s. And to be that age and to know what he knows, I think that is wonderful because the things he's talking about, I've been through that. I've been through it, but at the same time, it's good to hear an encouraging message. Like, even though you've been through something, it's like seasons to everything, and you need to hear stuff and be regenerated. It's good to hear the same thing, but in a different way. So it motivates you. Like, you can know something, you can been through something, but you could be going through a different season because it's seasons in life, it's phases and different things. So me hearing such a young man that wise and motivated talking about how when you start to focus on yourself, how tough you gotta be to actually focus on yourself and stop pouring into other people and start pouring. Do you know I mean, it's really tough to focus on yourself when you are a person that gives. Like, I was on my last live talking about that. Like, when you are a person that you good hearted, you worry about other people, you always try to make sure everybody else is all right. It is not an easy thing to pour into yourself and focus on yourself, but it's called a purpose driven man. That message was like resonating with me so much. And I know it was a message for like a lot of men, but everybody should listen to it because people don't realize like how tough it is to focus on yourself and to pour into yourself. It's easy for people to do that's like the energy vampires. It's easy for them because they're the ones like if you listen to this message and you're thinking like, well, damn, I would never know how it is to not focus on my. You probably the one that's draining other people's energy. You probably are the problem. Like, if you're if you're like thinking like, oh, well, I never experienced that. You might be the person that's actually taking other people for granted and not like he said, you know, if you like you might have something like you might be in a season right now where you're looking at somebody that's like, oh, they're doing better than me, and they're climbing the mountain. Like he was saying, everybody got their own mountain. Some people get there fast. Like he said, he was on YouTube for 6 months, and you know how fast he got got successful. Well, people can look at that and say, oh, well, I'm jealous or I'm hating, but it might not be your time. It doesn't mean your season is not going to come. So while you are in that season of you feeling stagnant or you're not getting what you want, you should help and celebrate other people because when your time comes, you're going to want somebody to celebrate and congratulate you. But if you're always the one that's like, taking and draining. I mean, and the people are pouring into you. After a while, when you get to that point, you can't be surprised if nobody's like really cheering when all you do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give. it's a give and take thing. Like energy is giving and taking. Like you can't just be like thinking like, it's all about me and um me, myself and I, because then that means you're probably the energy vampire. But what he was saying is when you start focusing on yourself, people get mad. And not only that, it is hard to focus on yourself if you're a person that's always pouring into other people and not being appreciated. It takes a lot of guts to do that. And like he said, I mean, that's just, I commend him for being such a young person. He's like, when you start doing your thing, it be the people closest to you. And I've been through that already. So I already know the deal. But it was nice to hear that because it's different seasons and you need to be encouraged and motivated. Like when you start doing things, the people closest to you, the ones that you've been there for, are the least likely to believe in you. So you're gonna have tough skin because it's gonna be the people that you really think gonna ride for you. And like he said, a lot of times they don't love themselves. It's not nothing personal. They're not willing to do the work. For instance, if you have an addiction, and everybody has some type of addiction. If you have an addiction and you hanging out with these people and y'all all doing whatever it is, could be food, it could be drinking, it could be corn, it could be recreational drug use, could be marijuana, or it could be something, stronger than that. If you decide that you're gonna stop doing that, then they may look at you funny and get upset when you decide that, look, I don't want to do this anymore. Or it could be like hanging out, going out to party, or going to the club, or going somewhere you don't want to, gambling. Anything. It can be gossiping. Gossiping can be an addiction. It's not just stuff like, but when you decide to change, people will get upset with you when you decide to put in the work because they're not willing to do the work. And people do like to control other people's lives, but they don't have their life intact. And it can be somebody you in a it can be he even said it, like, people don't get, people not built for it. It can even be your parents, like he was saying. A lot of people, he was saying, like, the dads and stuff like that. It don't necessarily gotta always be the dads. Hell, it can be your mom. It can be anybody. It could be the person that raised you. I mean, it could be your kid. It doesn't. It's Listen. It's no guarantee that somebody is gonna stick by you and ride with you, and it doesn't mean that they really like you like that. Like when the rubber hits the road, you really gonna be able to tell if that person is like jealous of you or they in competition with you. It's gonna show. And it's gonna come a time when you're gonna get sick and tired. You're gonna get tired of the habits. You're gonna get tired of the whatever. And it's not even a person. It's like we allow ourselves to be victims. We making choices. We allow ourselves because we got things we need to heal from and work on within us. So when you get sick and tired, you're gonna come to a point where you're gonna get tired of that stagnant relationship. You're gonna get tired of that habit. You're gonna get tired. And when you do get tired, you're gonna be willing to do whatever you gotta do to break free from those chains. It's gonna come a time. It can be any type of relationship, it can be any type of but when you're ready to level up, you have to get in isolation. You have to focus on yourself. And it may not be permanent. Now, some people you're gonna have to leave alone permanently because they just ain't no good for you. And you was birds of a feather. You probably won't no good for yourself at the time, and that connection was a toxic bonding. Now, when it comes to some relationships, once you focus on yourself and get yourself together, you can pour into them later on. But it depends on, if they are, how they feel about that. Like if they, what I'm saying, some people so offended, they feel like, oh, because I had a situation where I was cool with someone and they got upset with me because I mean, this wasn't a family member, but this was like a long time. I guess it was like it must not been too good of a friend because when I moved, they got upset with me for moving. Like, when did I sign a contract that we don't live like we just friends? You know what I'm saying? Associates, and then sometimes we won't even on. We was like we wasn't mad with each other, but we wasn't like We wasn't like speaking every day. We ain't like let's move in together and be roommates and build something right now. I mean, how you gonna get mad with me for doing something that I need to do for myself? You cannot. I mean, that let me know like, yeah, you want to control my life because if you was really my friend and we was really cool like that, you wouldn't get upset with me because I moved somewhere. Like just because you moved somewhere doesn't mean that we can't ever see each other again, or it doesn't mean we can't keep the friendship going. I mean, I would never do that. I would never get upset with someone for doing what they need to do for themselves. And yeah, like he was saying, people get big mad when you start to focus on yourself, and that's brave for you to do that because a lot of people spend all their lives allowing other people to control them, allowing other people to drain their energy. They spend all their lives allowing other people to dictate their lives. They never live their lives. They never smell the roses. They're never able to fully be themselves. They're never able to actually accept themselves fully. They have to put themselves in a box and they're like, oh, I don't want to offend anyone. I'm not going to say this. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to keep the peace. And that's no way to live. Because if you can't love me, all of me, then you get none of me. Because I'm telling you, it was a time when I used to like listen to people a little bit, but not much, very much. They used to be like, "Oh, your voice is very distinctive. You're talking a little too loud. You need to calm down. You need to tone this down. You need." Those are people that you don't need to be around. Those are not your people. Those are not your tribe. People that want to put you in a box, people that don't fully embrace you. I'm not saying they need to embrace a part of you that's harmful or that you endangering anybody or they shouldn't embrace the side of you if you hurting kids and animals and old people and you endangering people and breaking laws and causing people to feel unsafe. But I'm saying if the things that you doing is making them feel uncomfortable because you being you and you ain't harming nobody, then that's not people that you need to be around. And if people that's ashamed of you, like if somebody is ashamed of you, like okay, they ashamed to tell. And this ain't. I'm not even talking about a relationship where you will have a lover or whatever. I'm not even talking about that because sometimes you don't want nobody to know that you talking to a person or you dating a person or you with that person because it's not gonna bring you no value for nobody to know that y'all intertwining anyway. Like you like they got too much going on. I don't want nobody to know that I'm dealing with them. Like I've been in situations like that where I be like, yeah, I don't want nobody to know we got back together. Just let them think we still broken up because you got too much going on in your life anyway. I don't want to be associated with what you got going on. So I don't want nobody to know that we, hooked up anyway. But I'm talking about like um situations where people don't want people to know like they cool with you and you know what I'm saying? Like they acting like you ain't really there and stuff like, well, honey, if you manifesting that and you playing it like that, then it's gonna be real life. Like eventually it's gonna be like that. Like if this world we live in, this universe, you can speak things into existence. It might not even be like that for you. Like it might be sweet, but the way you rocking with it and the energy you putting out, that's what you manifesting, and that's what it's gonna be. If you want, like, it could be where everything. If you want a monster, you're gonna get one. If you want a nightmare, you're gonna get one. And I'm finding out some people are addicted to chaos. They are addicted to drama. They are addicted to something. They waiting like when you fear something, when you fear things, you bring it on you. They're waiting for something to go wrong. That like when peace comes in their lives and it's everything going smoothly, their nervous system is so unregulated until they're like, oh Lord, this is too good to be true. I know something bad getting ready. And something bad is getting ready to happen. Because you waiting on it. You are speaking it, you thinking it, you're bringing it into exist. That's how it happens by you thinking about stuff, being in fear. I don't want to be around that type of energy. I really don't. I've been there before. I know what it feels like to be in fear. I know what it feels like for my nervous system to be unregulated. I know what it feels like to, be used to chaos and drama. Like, I don't know what that feel like in the last several years because I got away from that when I started working on me, focusing on me, and it started from within. And it's work. It started from within, and it has been. I mean, it's been a process. It started from within, and once you start working on yourself from within, I'm telling you, I'm trying to tell you, once you really start taking accountability and focusing on yourself and calling a spade, calling things like it is, and embracing you, loving you, but holding yourself accountable and getting on yourself about your shit for real. Like it'll start on the inside and then it will start showing forth from the outside. I'm trying to like it's been stuff that's been right in my face. And I couldn't see it because my mindset wasn't there. The revelation wasn't there yet because I read like what did Kanye say? Kanye said, I had jewels inside of me, locked inside of me. He said I had jewels or treasures or something like that inside of me, but I didn't have the keys. And then he said, and now reality is catching up to me. It be right there, heaven on earth be right there, but it's a state of mind because you can have anything, and I'm not even talking about material. We got to get out of that materialistic mindset. I'm telling you, everything is spiritual. Everything is spiritual. We've already had this ain't our first rodeo. We done had the gold and all that. And I'm not saying we can't get it this time. I'm not saying you can't be wealthy. I'm not saying that it's good to be comfortable. The wealth and money solve a lot of problems. Okay. I'm not on that. I'm definitely not on that ride because I at one point I had went off grid and I didn't think I needed any money and I was sun gazing and trying to live off of the grid okay, that was cool. That was the season for that. That was a season for that. I needed that because I was too into you know how it's saying in the Bible, be in the world but not of it. I was caught up in the matrix. So I needed that shit down to get myself balanced. So yes, it's in this society you're gonna have to use a form of currency and you want to be comfortable. You don't want to be like um and you don't want to be in poverty. You don't want to be because when you in poverty areas and stuff like that, it's not a good quality of living. Even and I'm stopping to mess with the supermarkets. I don't trust none of them, but it is a lower quality of living when you're in certain areas, and that's done by design. That is actually done by design. But then when years pass, they'll gentrify those areas and it'll change up. So that's all done by design. It's a construct. But what I'm saying is money do solve a lot of problems, and there's nothing wrong with being comfortable, and there's nothing wrong with obtaining nice things. But when you are into that mainly and you'll do anything for it, Houston, we have a problem. I've seen a lot of celebrities, and not even just celebrities, but like people on the jobs and stuff. They'll sell each other out for a job and kissing ass and snitching on each other and getting people fired for a little paycheck to keep paying bills and stuff, and then they end up losing out in it. You ever notice that the snitch always end up getting taken out, or they don't because they don't trust them. Something happens to this person that's double crossing everybody eventually because nobody trusts them. Like the people on the other side, like, well, if they'll do that to them, they'll do that to me. So you notice, like, after a while, the person that's double crossing everybody, eventually they get theirs. Like it just seems to be the case. Like eventually, it might take a little while, but karma catches up to them one way or the other. And it can be good. Karma can be good or bad. Whatever you put out comes back to you. But I'm just saying, like, getting too caught up in materialism, like I gotta keep up with this and I gotta have this Birkin. a lot of those people in the end, they really end up broke, or they don't really have control of their money. They can't say what they want to say. They can't go where they want to go. If they say the wrong thing, everything gets taken from them. So, I mean, yeah, I would like to be comfortable, and I would like to obtain being comfortable, but I don't want to be so wealthy until, like, at the billionaire status in this society is there's some bad people. I don't want to be no I don't want to be in that group. I don't care what nobody say. That group is just become that, they had to do some dirty stuff. Be, like, stuff that I don't want to get involved in. I never did. Like, I've always known that about, at certain levels, yeah, it's not nothing good. So, yeah, nothing wrong with being balanced with everything, though, having balance with it. Like people say, you do the drug, don't let the drug do you. But even in that, you have to be careful now, because for a long time, I've been telling people, even the marijuana and different stuff is different. It's been different for a long time. And I don't have time. I don't have time to be using stuff, and I'm getting all, like, I know back in the day, when I first tried, like, marijuana, wasn't ready for it. It was the real deal back then. It want this stuff they got now that they playing with. But it was the real deal, like, we had so many different, oh man, like, kind bud and the Arizona and the purple, all different, even the purple, whatever it was, in the different strain. But I really couldn't do it when I first tried it, because I wasn't ready. It wasn't it. It was my mind wasn't even ready for it. You have to be. People don't realize it, but you have to be. It's a plant. It's a female plant. It's not even from this planet. I ain't talking about this mess stuff they got now. I don't know what this is, but I'm talking about when it was real, and they won't, messing with it. You have to be in a it's for a meditative purpose. And I didn't know that. You supposed to honor that plant to the point where you're not doing it just for to be doing it for superficial and it's supposed to be deeper than that. You supposed to be using it for medicinal purposes, for healing and spiritual enlightenment. Anything that you use really supposed to be for that, especially when it's natural from the earth. Now that stuff that they make, I don't know. I can't. I don't know what you're doing with that when it's like man made, but that stuff that's natural, like stuff like that, yeah, it's supposed to be used. Cause somebody said when they went over to Japan and they were smoking, it was a whole different experience when they were over in Japan smoking, because it was where they wasn't feeling racism, they weren't feeling oppressed. The people were so nice and everything like that. But anyway, getting back to the subject, um, people get mad when you start focusing on yourself. People, they want somebody to keep pouring into them, but they're never going to pour into you. They're never going to give you what you giving them, and you got to realize that, and that's on you. You don't want to be a misogynist where you just enjoy pain, enjoy being tortured, enjoy drama, and enjoy, like, it's people that love getting their ass beat. They love it. You can't save them. They'll come and tell you, oh, that, and this is in all walks of life. This is whether you are living in a mansion, you living in a shack, you homeless, whatever. People, it's some people that love getting their ass beat, and they'll sit there and never leave. And it ain't. And a lot of times, I mean, I'd be like, why are you staying in a situation like that? It's something about that situation. They getting something out of it. They getting something out of it if they keep staying, because we are making choices. We do not have to be in no situation that we don't want to be. And you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to get the strength and the courage to branch off and break away from these what is it, toxic bonds or whatever. But you don't have to be in anything you don't want to be in. And you don't have to do stuff for, like, if you do stuff for money and for security, and you that's not something that you really want to do, and you're not doing it from the heart, it's not gonna really profit you like it would if you was coming from a pure place. doing it with integrity and things like that. You're never gonna be like fast money. You can't enjoy it. It goes fast because you didn't get it in the right way. You didn't obtain it in the right way, so it doesn't last. Anything that you get fast like that and you get it, the wrong way. A lot of times you can't have peace with it, and you really can't enjoy it. Um, so I am about to get out of here. Yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to the what is it? The guy with the purpose driven life or whatever for men. What is it? The purpose driven life. I really resonated with that message. It was really y'all need to go over there and listen to it. It was really encouraging. I mean, I really resonated with that message. Yeah, he was talking about, he was right on point. He was talking about how when you don't have support, are you going to still get up and go get it? Are you still going to chase, your dreams and stuff like that? And how we need to encourage each other. We definitely need to encourage each other. If I pour into you, you need to pour into me. It don't supposed to be just one way. So yeah, he's like, can you still get up and go if you don't have like your parents? No, a lot of people, if they don't have parental support or family support, they'll give up. They'll feel like, oh, well, and they got the tools. You got the tools to do what you need to do. Somebody told me years ago, they was like, Dad, you don't need nobody, do you? You don't need no parents or nothing. You just make your stuff. I'm like, listen, it looked good on the outside, but yeah, it would be nice to have support. It's a beautiful thing to have a lot of support. But if you don't have it, what the heck you gonna do? You gonna do a barbecue? You gotta do what you gotta do. And I'm not even gonna front. Sometimes I be looking at people, I be like, dang, they got it made, man. Like, if I had a support system for the things I have accomplished in my life, and the things I have accomplished, I have to celebrate myself. I have to I have to congratulate myself for the things I've accomplished. If I had the team that they had, because I used to be like, oh, I can do it all, because I really didn't have like no support. So I'd be like, well, dang, it's strangers support me more than the daggone people that, what I'm saying, supposed to be. So I can do it, but I don't need, but you do. You need a team. Teamwork makes the dream work. But when you are wounded and you like, you know what I'm saying, when you throw it out there with the wolves and you come back leading the pack, and they think the wolves gonna eat you up, but you come back leading the pack, you be like, yeah, you get in that ego, you be like, I don't need no motherfucking body. I could do everything by myself. Uh-huh. It ain't like, and then it was a point in my life where I had got angry with God. I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody else, they got support and they got it easy. I gotta have it hard. So it look like, hey, you it don't look like you like me like that. I was upset. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. It was a long time ago, but I was like, if I gotta do everything on my own, then so yeah, I was in my state of being wounded and hurting, the little bitterness and ego and all of that. Cause it's life will do that to you when you see other people, you like they don't even deserve. You be looking like they don't even they ain't even doing nothing with the support they got. If I had that kind of team, then that was, and then you see how things play out, things ain't sweet as it look either. Like, things don't be all peachy cream with folks behind closed doors. You be like, well, now I'm like, this is what made me who I am today, and I appreciate it. Because without the betrayal, without the heartbreak, I wouldn't be who I am today. And that's a person that can give to the collective. That's what my purpose is, to take my experiences and take my heartbreaks and my scars and transmute them to help the collective. That's what it's about. That's what my purpose is about. And that's what I'm doing with this and other things. And I'm bringing some things, like I've created things in the past, but it's not even over yet. Like, and the things that I've done, it's like I said, I had to congratulate my. It's been times I graduated, honey, and I done had people to tell me like, if I gotta pay to fly, like when I graduated from a college. I done been to college a few times, but I graduated from a college that was like a long ways away, and I was like, well, If I'm paying, I pay for people to fly to. They flew out on me to be on shows and stuff like that. I treated them out, but they were like, if I gotta pay to go to your graduate, one time I graduated, ain't nobody come. But who? Nobody really came. I don't know if I told a lot of people, but nobody. I done graduated a few times. I don't expect for nobody to be there every time I grad. But I mean, it's been times I graduated and nobody really came. And I still was fine. I still got my my certificate, my diploma. I still made my money. So I mean, when you not supported like that, and people like you get used to it, so you be like, hey, I'm good. I don't. But at this point, we in the Aquarius age. I'm looking for my unconditional love tribe. I know teamwork makes the dream work. Now I might could make it with that group, and that group might didn't treat me right, but I know my tribe is out here somewhere. So I ain't trying to do everything. It's hard trying to do everything by yourself and be superwoman. I am not trying to be no independent superwoman. Nope. That's what I had to be. I had no choice. I had to do that. I had to, you know what I'm saying, fend for myself and figure it all out, this and that and the third. But I don't want to do that shit. That shit is too hard. No, I want to have a team, and that's what I've been dealing with. A team. This person do that, that person do this. Designate that. That's how you build. That's how you build an empire. That's how it works out. That's how one person don't get drained and burn out because everybody got their own. And then learning to cooperate with other people, like-minded people, where we not in competition, where we building each other. Like, yeah, I'm gonna bounce this idea on you. Not jealous or trying to pull. That's the thing. They got us where we don't understand that we all can eat. We all can do the content creation. We all can build an empire. We all can have this and that and the third. It's not just one or two people. It's room for everybody. But all this divide and conquer stuff, we got to get out of that. Ain't nobody compete. I'm competing with myself. I am not competing with nobody. I feel like I done lived 1,000 lives. I don't have really too many regrets. I'm not bitter with nobody, but people want you to be jealous of them. They want you to be bitter of them. They want you to be I'm not I don't I'm saying I have accomplished, even if I didn't, but I have accomplished a lot of things and I'm still accomplishing things. No matter how much somebody try to belittle me, I got my receipts, which that don't even mean a thing if I'm not in alignment with the big mama and righteous father and my ancestors that love me. It don't matter what I accomplish if I'm not in alignment with them because I got to be in my purpose. At the end of the day, it don't matter what degree I got, what kind of indoctrination they try to put me under. If I'm not walking in my purpose and I'm not in an alignment with my higher self and big righteous father, big mama, and my ancestors, I ain't doing a damn thing. But playing bubblegum games in the Matrix. What does it matter to profit, to gain the world and to lose your soul? What did that degree matter? What does my degree or my schooling and all this matter if I'm not in alignment with my higher self and my purpose and I'm not working on my soul and I'm not becoming light as a feather? That don't mean a thing if I'm not using it for my purpose. Now, if I'm using that stuff to serve the purpose, what I've been called, the contract that I signed when I came here, that's different. But if I'm out of alignment, it don't mean nothing. Because I'm not that education. I'm not that school, and I'm not that. I am who I've been sent here to be. That is the real me. That's why it's good to go within and start working on yourself and get to know yourself. You are not that school, that education, that alumni. You none of that. You are if you are you wasn't born as a whatever profession you in. You wasn't born as in that religion. You need to get to know yourself. It's nothing wrong with having a religion, a belief, or whatever, but you don't need to let it have you. Where you so obsessed with it until, oh, I'm never changing my mind and I'm not open to believing nothing. I've been taught that. That's my belief. And people like, look at what we got going on now and been going on for thousands of years. They taking each other out over religions. You ain't a Muslim, you ain't a Christian, you ain't a Jew, you ain't this and you ain't that, and I'm God's choice. All that is some crazy, psychotic, mind control BS. You do not take nobody out because you want their land because God told you that you are chosen. So you gotta take them people out, and everybody else gotta get out of here and be unalive because your God told you this and that and the third. No. Nah. So yeah, it's best to know who you are and be in touch with your higher self and your purpose and righteous father and big mama and pour into yourself. Cause at the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna give a damn about you if you don't care about yourself. And you don't take the time out to and smell the roses to appreciate yourself. And if you see people around you that ain't pouring into you, and you gotta always be pouring into them being drained, it's time to get in isolation and branch off, even if you gotta be alone. Sometimes it's best to be alone and talk to yourself than to talk to a bunch of energy vampires and people that's looking for you to fall, looking for you, you're down. No matter how much you try to help them, they're gonna find something wrong with what you do. It's gonna be something wrong with what you do because they've been brainwashed to think that you a bad person. So it don't matter how much you love, it don't matter how much you try, it don't matter how much you give. When they done been indoctrinated to think that you the bad guy, then hey, hey, keep your distance and be the bad guy in their mind, even though you are not that person. But in their mind, they looking for something wrong. It's always something wrong with what you do. So let be there in their mind, but you enjoy your life and pour into yourself. Take that energy and be around people. Somebody gonna appreciate you. Somebody gonna see the good in you. And most of the time it be strangers. Cause what it say in the Bible, a prophet is only without honor in his own country amongst his own kin. And that ain't nothing but the truth right there. Ain't nobody gonna look. You can sit here and say people bad in this world. Ain't nobody gonna treat you worse than the people that you supposed to love you. The people that's your blood that you know the most. The people that's supposed to be treating you the best is the one. Ain't nobody gonna pretty much most of the time treat you worse than them. Now you might run into some devils or whatever, but for the most part, that's where you get your lesson at. It starts at home. So, and the people that's supposed to be your friends and this and that and the other, sadly, but that's the contract we signed. And I'm glad I'm not the bad guy. I'm glad I'm not the monster in this game this time around. I hope I won't the last time, but I know this time around I'm glad I'm not playing the villain. I'm glad I'm not playing the villain. So yeah, it's people get mad when you start focusing on yourself and pouring into yourself. And it take a lot of guts to do that. It take a lot of guts to say, hold up, wait a minute. What am I getting at? Like not you're not all about, but when you pouring, you want somebody to pour back into you. What am I getting out of this? What's going on here? Like, what hey, do you see me? Do I matter? You know what I'm saying? If you don't stop it, it's never gonna stop. It's never they not gonna wake up one day and say, "Oh well, I didn't do this and I didn't do that, and I'm sorry, and I apologize, and I didn't do right by you, and I'm going to restore." But they're not even gonna do that with this country. You gotta take your shit, create your heaven on earth. They're not gonna give you shit. They're not gonna give you no reparations. They're not gonna wake up one day and say, "Oh my God, we did these people wrong." You gonna have to tell yourself that and create what you need to create and go and get what you need to get. And while you see they making money now, while all this war going on, they got everybody scared. They ain't got me scared, but they got people. Oh Lord, the world about to end. It's about to be a reset, and they making trillions. They storing up they gold. Man, you better be getting your piece too. You better be looking in between the gray lines and going within and working on you. This is they bring this mess right now when this is the spring equinox, the new year. This is the new year and that energy, that what is it, the Sphinx or whatever is aligned with Regulus or whatever. This is some energy that ain't been here in what thousands of years. You better not get too distracted where you don't get your bliss. You better not get too distracted where that's what they want. They feed off of the fear. They already eating people, so they feed off of the gush of the fear and all that too. You better go within and tap in. It's time to tap in. It might be the end for some, but it might be the beginning for others. Rebirth, death, life, rebirth, and transformation. You know what I'm saying? Better connect. I saw somebody, they said they growing they vegetables and fruit off the porch because they ain't trusting these grocery stores. Hmm. They said they growing their food out of off of buckets off their porch. Yeah, it's time for us to become self sufficient as much as we now we might can't go underground and get no bunker like no billionaires and stuff, but we could do something. It's time to get self sufficient. It's time to start meal doing. It's time to barbecue. It's time. It's time to what is it? Stop talking about it and being about it and what keeping it real. Yep. Create, create, create. Become self sustainable. Build with the people you can build with, and the other ones you don't have to leave them alone. You don't gotta cut them off forever, but if they draining you, you're gonna have to get in isolation and focus on you. And this has been my son Goddess 777. Like, subscribe, and share. Support Mayat's Temple of Healing and Unconditional Love. And remember, you do not have to let anything overtake you, addictions or any of that. And addictions can be like relationships, it can be anything. It don't just have to be food, drugs, and sex and all that type of stuff. And it can be addicted to drama, addicted to toxic relationship, addicted to pain. I mean, you can anything can be an addiction. But this has been my son Goddess. Go within, ground, work on yourself. Tell yourself that you are enough. You gotta sit with yourself, sit with your pain. You have to do the work. Nobody's gonna do it for you. You can go to the therapist all you want to. You can take all the medications you want to. And I do not knock medicine and I do not knock therapy and none of that. But it's gonna come a time when you get sick and tired, you're gonna have to focus on yourself. You're gonna have to heal yourself. Physician heal thyself. You're gonna have to heal yourself. You gonna have to when the medicine get in your system and they don't work no more, and the therapist, you know what I'm saying, done all they could do, then you're gonna have to go within and heal yourself. I don't knock medicine, I don't knock therapy, but it's gonna come a time when you gonna have to fix you. You gonna have to heal you. You gonna have to put the medicine aside and fix you and do the work and focus on yourself. Once you start focusing on yourself, you're gonna see that a lot of opportunities that you thought were gone, they'll come back around. The things you thinking, Lord, everybody else getting their blessings, they getting their blessings, and look at me, I ain't got no. It's you gonna see that you wasn't ready for some things that you thought you were ready for. If you would have got the things that you desired back when you wanted it, it would have harmed you more than it helped you. It's a season for everything. It wasn't your season at that time. But if you do the work, that's nothing. It's nothing. It's all of your mind. Your mind is a very powerful, strong, and this avatar is some high tech technology. If you can become balanced with your spirit, soul, mind, and body, oh my God, that's when you walking in. That's when you a god or a goddess. Then a deity for real. You done tapped into your inner soul and heal your soul. That's what my stepdad used to say, healing your soul, or something with your soul, healing your soul. Tap into to yourself within, becoming light as a feather. I ain't gonna let this. I'm not gonna hold no grudges. I don't forget stuff, but at the same time, some stuff I do kind of better. The stuff I need to remember, I remember. But I don't hold. I'm not. I used to hold. I don't hold no grudge, but I ain't gonna mess with you like that. But I'm not gonna let the sun go down. I be just building and stuff building up. I'll be like, yeah, they keep doing the same stuff over and over again. I see they think I'm slow. They think I don't see what they doing. But I'm not gonna hate you, but I'm gonna branch off from you and I'm gonna tell you about yourself. But at the same time, I'm not gonna get bitter for you wanting to be a bit fucked up individual. That's on you. I love you. I love you unconditionally and from a distance, but I'm not gonna be bitter because you don't want to fix your shit. Cause I gotta take that energy and work on me. I gotta judge fairly and I gotta judge myself first. It's been times, you know what I'm saying, where I couldn't see the error of my ways. It's been times when I thought I was right and I was wrong. So you know what I'm saying? And yeah, have been picked on and provoked and all that, but at the same time, I might have took the angle a little too far. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect, but I'm trying. I'm striving to be balanced. I'm striving to be a better version. You know, a balanced version. But I accept myself. I accept my hurt self, my lower self, my high self. But at the same time, I balance it all out, and I'm healing. It's a continual process. Some tests I pass and heal from. It's levels to this. And some things that I've healed from, I can help others and whatnot. I can help others heal from it. But yeah, leave me a message or like, subscribe, and share, and let me know what you think. But yeah, it's some things that I'm on the other side of that I can actually help the collective because I've been through it's not nothing I gotta use AI or research. I've been through the storm. I done been through it. I'm on the other side of a lot of things now. And I can help somebody get, to that point of and I've tried it on other people and it has worked. So it's a continual process of healing and transformation. But some things I have been restored from. I'm on the other side of it. Yep, I done hacked the game. So if you want to reach out, then leave me a comment, like, subscribe, and share. We got more content and creations coming. So yeah, it's some really, 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 it's some shifts going on now. You don't want to miss out. And the thing now is to focus on yourself. You can't, what you gonna do? What you gonna do for somebody else if you can't help yourself? You gotta pour into yourself now. You gotta work on you. It's time. You done enough for everybody else. You don't gotta hate them and this and that. If you can be there for them without stretching yourself too thin, and be there. But you can't keep pouring. Pour that into yourself. Work on yourself. Do the work. Focus on you. Focus on healing yourself. You can't save everybody. You got to save yourself first. That's not your job. You ain't nobody's savior. You ain't Jesus Christ to be sacrificing yourself. Fix yourself. Focus on you. Work on you. If they get mad, maybe y'all can hook back up later. If not, then they won't meet anyway. You know what I'm saying? They probably didn't really like you like that anyhow. They probably won't feeling you like that anyway. They probably was just trying to either hold you the back, hold you down, or see what they can get out of you, energy vampire. So either way, what don't come out in the wash come out in the rinse. So maybe it won't meant for you to be with them, no matter who it is. It might be a friend, foe, lover, wife, husband, child. Hell, sometimes you gotta branch out from your parents, your kids, all that. That might be somebody trying to hold you back or your enemy. I mean, not like I said in my last life. We have a lot of mental issues in our community. We have paranoia. We have schizophrenia. We don't get diagnosed. We don't get treated. We don't work on of trying to figure out how to heal ourselves. We paranoid, and the people that love us sometimes we think they're our enemies. And sometimes the enemy, we are good to them. It's something with our people that they love people that's terrible to them, that hurt them, that's disrespectful. But the people that really love them, they treat them like crap. So I'm not talking to those people. I'm talking to people that are healthy minded individuals that is working on themselves, taking accountability or have worked on themselves and don't have issues of paranoia and schizophrenia. Okay? Warning. This is not to people that are paranoid of everybody. On top of being paranoid and having mental issues of PTDS, post traumatic stress syndrome, they have traumas that they haven't worked on or even started to try to heal from. And they're abusing recreational things. Maybe they might be abusing alcohol on top of these mental issues and having recreational use of drugs. I ain't saying no, I'm saying drugs. So along with the mental issues and whatever some of them been taken over by entities, they're using this stuff and it's causing them to not think clearly. I'm not talking to them. Cause some people really do. I seen it. 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 They would treat somebody that's bad to them, abusing them, putting their lives in danger, disrespecting them. They love people that treat them horrible, but they will. laugh and pick and think it's weakness for people to be. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to balanced individuals that's working on their healing in their soul and making their heart light as a feather. Sometimes your parents can be your enemy. Your brother, your sister, your kids can be your unfortunate, and that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate, but it happens. I mean, we sign these contracts. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people take your kids and turn them against you, and you can do whatever you want to do. You can try and try, and it's not gonna work. And you cannot keep right on apologizing and playing the sacrificial lamb because of what somebody programmed into somebody. You just gonna have to let it go. If it comes back, then maybe it's meant for you. If not, then hey, you try. You know, it's better to I say it's better to have loved and lost than to not have loved at all. If somebody want to see you as the bad guy in their mind, like I understand what men go through when they get in a relationship and they can't be with the child or whatever. I totally understand what the men go through. A lot of times those women will turn those kids. Now some of these men are just some of them are no good. They're not no good. They don't even try. I mean, I think it's not even human to put a child in the world and just forget about them. And you don't know if they're being abused or they being molested or they being whatever, not being fit. I mean, I couldn't do that. I don't think I could do that as a man. I don't think I could do that as a man that wasn't raised by my father. I don't think I could have a child in this world that I don't like check on or try to do something. If I don't have no money, at least try to call or give them a lot something. I don't think I could do that. I really don't think I could have a kid like I don't think I could do that. And I know I don't I know I couldn't because I've been through some of them situations. I know what it feel like, honey, what the single dads feel like. There's the good single dads that try. Not perfect, not holier than now, but that try. I know exactly what I know exact. And you know what? And I see why some men walk away sometimes and they be like, yo, when you get older, whatever, and you got the right mindset, then you can get with me. Cause it'd be too much dealing with these crazy, psychotic women that are possessed and they brainwashing the child and doing all kind of I mean, it's crazy. Like it goes on for it'll be passed down for generations. Like that person might not never see you in who you really are because of what one person brainwashed them to think about you. And you know what? I used to be trying to run amok and defend it and fight the power. I don't give a fuck no more. You can say what you want to say about me. You could say I'm Frankenstein, call me a monster, call me a bad guy, whatever. I don't give a damn no more. Because guess what? I love you unconditionally. I love you, but I love myself too. I love myself unconditionally. And you know what? I done all I could do. Maybe it'll be better. Maybe it'll be better in the future, or maybe it can get better now. But I'm not being manipulated. Listen. I can't go back and fix some shit that I didn't even do when I was a kid. I ain't have no support. I had people trying. I mean, I didn't even realize I had them kind of enemies. I was a kid being manipulated, so I can't keep apologizing for shit I didn't do. So I mean, hey, I gotta live my life for me, and I gotta focus on me. Cause I mean, I'm not gonna keep playing Tom and Jerry trying to chase a pork chop and it's up in the air and I can't reach it. So hey, I'm gonna let the cars fall and wish the best now. Not have no hard feelings or none of that. People they can make content all they want to about me, whatever. I don't give. Listen, I could give a fuck, which I love. I love everybody and I care, but I can't control every front. But just know this: my heart has always been in the right place, and whatever you put out into this universe, just like me, it's been some stuff I put out, good and bad, and that shit came back. And so that's why I be careful now. I be careful how I treat people. I be careful and aware. I try to be. It's a lot of people that's not aware of they surround that they ain't aware of what they do. They don't have no awareness at all. They walk around here just doing stuff, offending people, and not even aware. And you know what? Just because you're not aware don't mean you is that is not no excuse. Ignorance is not an excuse. Ignorance is not an excuse. Sure ain't. It sure isn't. So this has been Monster and Goddess 777. And what is it? Purpose, what is it? Purpose driven life for men. It's on my title. Thank you for that message. It's confirmation. People get big mad when you focus on yourself. And that is so true. To be such a young person and that wise, I am impressed. Honey, this is another chapter, another season. I've been through that. When I was producing my stuff and people didn't, you know what I'm saying? They don't believe in you. It be the ones closest to you. He right. It be the ones closest to you. And it always be there. And the Bible told you. And I ain't even saying that's a book of you going within and fixing yourself, you becoming the Christ within. It said a prophet is only without honor in his own country amongst his own kin. This has been my son Goddess 777. Don't forget to go within and ground and connect with nature, connect with the trees, connect with your higher self, connect with righteous Father, connect with Mama Universe, connect with your ancestors that love you unconditionally. Don't let nobody tell you that's bad or demonize that. You connecting with your they mm. These people is they lied about history, they lied about everything else. If they tell you not to do something, that might be something you need to be doing. I'm just saying. This has been my son Goddess 777. Like, subscribe, and share. Have a wonderful Friday, Venus Day, Love Day. Love who you can. Love everybody unconditionally, but don't have everybody in your circle. And be aware of your surroundings and set boundaries. And don't let people drain you. If they don't pour into you, don't pour into them.